Hi guys and gals, it's John
And Emily.
from AFK Books and Records in beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia. And man, have we got a big old honking new release shipment for you today. We probably got 30 or 40 records, and these are like all bangers. We're gonna start this off with this one right here. Niall Horan, we got a prize pack. This vinyl is already out, but we've got this amazing 7-inch in here and this record to give away, and this here slip mat. All you have to do is come in and fill out a slip and enter to win, and we might call you. You might be lucky. No purchase necessary. All right, so what's the big one of the day? Oh, heck yeah. Watsa. Queens of the Stone Age. Check it out. Their 8th studio album is raw, brutal, and rough around the edges, but with a refinement that reveals itself further with each successive listen. And founder Joshua, wow, we're going really formal.
Wow, we're real fancy.
Hame's lyrics are as witty and withering than ever. We have several flavors for you: limited green, silver, translucent blue, red, standard black, she can't keep up, and shiny CD.
They all look the same.
We also have these groovy bonus patches. You get to pick one of your favorite style here, since we know we have a lot of pre-orders for these guys, and that bougie poster. So been waiting for a new one from these guys for quite a while. We've got a few left of each of those cool colors. We were heavily allocated, but we do have some. So if you want to jump in the ring for those, now would be the time to do so. What else we got?
Next up we have Pet Shop Boys Smash. The complete collection of the duo's singles from across 35 years of their acclaimed career includes all their hits, starting with their debut single West End Girls and continuing through such iconic tracks as Love Comes Quickly, It's a Sin, Always on My Mind, Being Boring, Suburbia, and more on 6 LPs. And it comes with
this amazing Smash slip mat and this tote to tote it. Pretty cool. Next up, we got Deer Tick, The Emotional Contracts. I don't have a good relationship with Deer Ticks, but the band's ATO Records debut and their first new album since 2017. It's their most collaborative work to date and sees them operating at peak songwriting power. The 10-song set features guest artists Steve Berlin from Los Lobos, Courtney Marie Andrews, Vanessa Carlton, Cam Franklin, Angela Miller, and Cherie Smith. This is indie exclusive, pressed to red and black vinyl. Deer Tick.
Next we have Paul Simon. There goes Ryman Simon. His 3rd solo album, originally released back in '73 and containing big hits like Kodachrome, Something So Right, and Loves Me Like a Rock, plus the usual crop of awesome non-singles pressed by RSD Essentials on super limited opaque orange.
Such a great record. Next up, Yusuf and Cat Stevens, or the same person. Amazing. King of a Land, 12 brand new songs influenced by children's music and God from the hip and groovy Cat. The songs have a theme of peace, which Stevens considers a culminating theme of his career. This is a limited deluxe edition with a 36-page booklet pressed on green wax. Ride that peace train, y'all. There, you can see it right there. He's riding it. Cat.
Next up is Logic, College Park, his 8th studio album and his first as an independent artist following his 10-year stint with Def Jam. Regarding his return, he said, "I've missed you guys and I'm here and I just want to have fun and I'm so excited for College Park." This 2LP exclusive limited version is pressed on white and features Norah Jones, Joey Badass, Fat Trell, and more, including Seth MacFarlane and Redman on the same track.
No way, that's pretty trippy. Speaking of pretty trippy, Flaming Lips, Hypnotist, from the 20th anniversary Yoshimi CD box set on vinyl for the very first time. 4 tracks with over 32 minutes of music, including the 24-minute psychedelic Hypnotist Daydream demo. This is on limited pink vinyl. It also includes a Do You Realize instrumental.
Mac DeMarco, 5 Easy Hot Dogs. Mac says, "The plan was to start driving north and not go home to Los Angeles until I was done with the record. This collection of instrumental recordings from his time on the road, all the tracks were recorded and mixed in the corresponding city from each song title, and the track listing reflects the chronological order in which the songs were produced."
Very cool. Mac.
There he is.
All right, we got a whole bunch of EJ for you. Elton John, 21 at 33. His 14th studio album, originally produced by Clive Franks and Elton, released way back in 1980. It features the singles Little Genie and Dear God. This 180-gram vinyl reissue is faithful to the original track listing, packaging, and cut at Abbey Road Studios.
And we have The Fox, originally released in '81 and much loved by Elton's aficionados. It can be seen as transitional work from the experimentation of his turn-of-the-decade records to his creative rebirth 2 years later with Too Low for Zero.
Which we don't have this time. Next up, Elton John, Ice on Fire, his 19th studio album, released in 1985. For this one, he returned to longtime producer Gus Dudgeon, who he hadn't worked with since 1976's Blue Waves. It features the singles Nikita, Wrap Her Up, Soul Glove, and Cry to Heaven.
Then we have Leather Jackets. Let's keep it going. Originally released in 86, and his 20th studio album includes the singles Heartache All Over the World and Slow Rivers, featuring Cliff Richard, plus tracks Paris, Hoop of Fire, and Angeline.
Elton John, Reg Strikes Back. And finally, his 21st studio album, originally released in 1988, features the #2 hit, I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That, plus the singles A Word in Spanish, Town of Plenty, and Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatter's Part 2.
And then next is Jackson Dean, live at the Ryman. In October 2022, the artist to watch, known for his lyric-driven outlaw country-style and electric live show, made his Ryman debut, wowing the crowd with a spellbinding 8-song set that will live on forever. This stellar performance debuts the standout track Heavens to Betsy, pressed on black ice wax.
Next up, Robert Glasper, In My Element. His sophomore 2007 Blue Note release solidified his status as a rising star who is taking the music someplace new. It expanded the possibilities of where modern jazz might go by delving further into his hip-hop and gospel roots. This is a Blue Note Classic Vinyl Series release which features all analog mastering from the original tapes and pressed on 180-gram vinyl, and I bet, yes, Kevin Gray.
Always Kevin Gray?
Always Kevin Gray. Not always. We got one non-Kevin Gray release here somewhere.
Next is Lib Shades of Blue. The sound of Blue Note had been embedded in hip-hop through sampling and remixes since its early days, but this DJ, producer, rapper, musician raised the bar when he invaded their vaults for his 2003 masterpiece featuring remixes and reimaginations of classics by Donald Byrd, Bobby Humphrey, Ronnie Foster, Bobby Hutcherson, Wayne Shorter, and more. Blue Note Classic Vinyl Series, Kevin Gray, 180 gram, you know.
All that good stuff.
All the jazz.
Next up, we got Maisie Peters, the Good Witch. The 23-year-old British singer-songwriter is back with her sophomore release. She took inspiration from Greek mythology written from female perspectives whilst making the record, and has described it as her twisted version of a breakup album. We got 2 flavors for you, Snakebite Red or Swan Dive White. Maisie.
Next is Brad Mehldau, Largo. First time on LP and originally released back in 2002. It was critically lauded by cool kids like the Boston Globe, who said gorgeous and brilliant, and the Guardian, who gushed, if proof were needed of the vitality and relevance of jazz, then Mehldau is it.
Nice. Next up, Lil Sims, No Thank You. The 5th album by the British rapper, the songs contain subtle rhythms and orchestral instrumentation. The album received critical acclaim from music critics who praised its emotional depth, smooth production, and her lyrical quality. This is pressed on limited opaque red and yellow vinyl.
Next up, Yeet, Afterlife. The rap phenomenon returns with the explosive follow-up to 2022's acclaimed project Life, spearheaded by Schmonk, an undeniable collaboration with Young Boy Never Broke Again. The 22-track project picks up where Yeat's previous project left off, expanding on his talent and reaching toward an even more experimental sound. Available on Translucent Black Ice 2 LP.
Cool. Next up, the Rolling Stones, Flowers. This is a U.S. compilation of tracks from U.K. versions of Aftermath and Between the Buttons, plus singles and outtakes, including the double A-sided Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. It also features more classic Jagger Richard titles, Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby? And Standing in the Shadow, making its first album appearance ever on this. It's the early Stones at their most surrealistic and angst-ridden.
Next up is Michelle and Degachelo, Omnicord Real Book. The acclaimed Grammy-winning musician makes her Blue Note Records debut with her visionary and deeply jazz-influenced work that marks the start of a new chapter in her trailblazing career. Double LP pressed to sturdy 180-gram vinyl.
All right, next up, we got the Government Mule, Peace Like a River, the follow-up to the Grammy-nommed Heavy Load Blues. The 12-song rock collection features guest appearances from Billy Bob Thornton, Solis, Billy F. Gibbons, Ivan Neville, and Ruthie Foster. All the Billies and Billy Bobs. Billy Bob.
Next up is Death Cab for Cutie, Asphalt Meadows Acoustic. The Washingtonian lads went back into the studio last year to reinterpret their latest record. Hey, it's Keith!
It's Keith! Woo!
With the most minimal arrangements possible and presenting songs in their rawest, most intimate forms. Here it is.
Next up, some Symbol Dude, The Gold Experience, the Great Purple One's first foray from his birth name, which contains some real bangers like P Control, 319, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, I Hate You, and Gold, plus the famous ode to slippery, wet dolphins. There it is.
Oh my god, he has a song about me. The most beautiful girl in the world. Next up is Gracie Adams.
Equating yourself to a ball. You can do dolphins. Can you do a dolphin noise? Go ahead.
No, I can't.
Come on, you can. I've heard you do it.
I can't, sorry.
Man.
Gracie Adams, good riddance.
Come on in.
Nope, her debut album produced and co-written by her frequent collaborator Aaron Dessner of The National that documents her emotional experience with more precision and impact than ever before. Only 23 years old, she achieves a new level of lyrical honesty and self-possession. Double LP in exclusive pressed to clear wax.
Don't you need an exorcist for that? Like self-possession?
Oh,
No?
haha. But
Leroy Vinegar Sextet, Leroy Walks, the bassist's first album as band leader, originally released in 1958, and he's joined by Victor Feldman, Gerald Wilson, Teddy Edwards, Carl Perkins, and Tony Basley. Acoustic sounds, all analog, Grundman QRP 180 gram. There you go.
Next is Lil Kim, Hardcore, the double platinum solo debut from Brooklyn's own. Executive produced by the notorious B.I.G. It includes the Queen Bee's classic records Crush on You, Not Tonight, and No Time, and features verses by Biggie, Diddy, Jay-Z, Jermaine Dupri, and fellow Junior Mafia member Lil Cease. Limited Champagne on Ice vinyl.
Next up, Motorhead, bringing the metal alive at the Montreux Jazz Fest. Their legendary performance from 2007 is now released to the world in all its greasy biker glory. It includes the first official release of their cover of Thin Lizzy's Rosalie, and more rare and previously unreleased material from Montreux founder Claude Knobb's private collection, remastered on 2 LP with exclusive liner notes. Yeah.
Next is the Drive
Motorhead!
The Complete Dirty South. A band-led rework of their original best-selling album, principal member Patterson Hood took the reins and reimagined this record as it was originally intended. The complete version features resequenced audio, 3 additional tracks, 4 remixes, along with updated vocals. The packaging comes with a perfect bound book featuring liner notes from Patterson, track-by-track descriptions from Mike Cooley and Jason Isbell, as well as never-before-seen photos along with updated artwork from the late Wes Freed, pressed on Reposado marble vinyl.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
The Beths, Warm Blood. The band was formed when 4 jazz students at the University of Auckland bonded over their shared love of pop-punk sounds of their youth. This 2016 5-song debut EP, a deliriously pleasurable statement of purpose, comes crammed with enough blissful hooks to carry through most bands' careers, pressed on translucent blue wax. The Beths. I love me some Beths. And a Beth, actually.
Next up is All Time Low, Nothing Personal. The pop-punk band's 3rd studio album is celebrating its 10th birthday. I was rocking this CD in my car back in 2009 in my little awful Ford Focus.
How old were you, 3?
No.
Sorry.
I was 17.
Oh.
I'm old. Anyway, it claimed number 1 on 3 Billboard charts and reached number 4 on Billboard 200, pressed on pretty neon purple wax.
Nice. Currency Drive-In Theater Part 2, the next installment in the rapper's cult fan favorite series. The 21-track album features appearances from Rob49, Fendi P, Dash, Blue, Isis, Primo Rice, and Jade Angel. In traditional form, he skates over smooth jazz-infused beats and delivers a perfect album to put on and let play out while relaxing or working. Pressed on smoky clear. Currency.
Next up is Dirty Heads, Midnight Control, the reggae rock band's 8th studio album, originally released last year but is finally making its vinyl debut. Includes the vinyl-only bonus track, Rescue Me, and it's pressed on new Twilight colored wax.
Nice. Next up, Sturgill Simpson, High Top Mountain, the 10th anniversary edition of the country singer-songwriter's self-funded debut album produced by Dave Cobb. Includes alternate artwork and is pressed on translucent black vinyl. Very cool. It was nice embossed, sweet. So we got another one that we were going to show you, but we played it because it actually came out last week and somebody immediately bought it. But I just bought a whole bunch more, but I'm going to show it to you anyway because it's so cool. Boingo Alive. Back in the dark ages of '88, the band, recognizing the power of their live shows, decided to record a live set in a professional recording environment, producing, in my humble opinion, one of the greatest live albums ever, and without all that distracting crowd noise. All the hits are here, and it's pressed on 3 LP, colored wax, and limited to just 1,000 copies. It's very pricey, but it's also worth it. It is the second favorite show of all time for me at the Boathouse in like 86 or 87. I think I've mentioned that before, but look at this incredible packaging. Comes with 3 records, all different colors. This will be rolling back in next week. If you want to call dibs on one of those 5, let me know. So good. This is my copy. Favorite song of all time, Prince, 1999 Scope. Just have to mention that every single time too. Go Prince. What else? I think that's it. We just bought
Like
500 to
plus
600 CDs, mostly 90s rock and hip hop and metalish leaning stuff. So we're going to get those received and processed and out tomorrow. A few of them need to be polished, so it might be a few days on that. But the majority of it, I would say at least 400 are going to hit the shelves at some time tomorrow. So you're going to see a huge stack on this table back here. Massive restocks. Hopefully I'll get to film that tonight. Stick around and watch that, and more coming tomorrow. So much stuff coming back in stock. We're so excited. By the way, bring us your pre-loved stuff, your books, your records, especially your books. We really need books right now. We'll give you cash for it. You can spend it here. You can spend it wherever you like. And buy gas, because everybody needs gas. Much love. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Jess.
Woo!